thank you for partaking of Patty Pagoda's prognostication. My name is Mike Reinert, and I serve both in Pagoda Foundation and Pagoda Skyline Incorporated, two organizations that are presenting this event to showcase preservation here on the mountain, and also time trainers, yes. But the Foundation for the Reading Pagoda operates the Pagoda, and the Pagoda Skyline Group operates the Fire Tower, both nonprofit volunteer organizations. First, I'd like to introduce the chair of the Foundation for the Reading Pagoda, Marcia Goodman Hinnerschitz, also Reading City Councilwoman, to speak about what's going on here. Marcia.
Okay, so we know that the pagoda, who's been sitting up on this mountain since 1908, needs a lot of tender love and care. So this year, the pagoda is closed so that the city can do what's necessary to reopen the pagoda to its original glory. So we have to have a little bit of a difference in how Patty Pagoda is going to be welcomed today, because she can't live in the pagoda at this point. She has found housing at another location. So Patty's still here. She does still have a burrow, okay, and she is still going to help us make a determination whether we have 6 more weeks of winter or spring is just around the corner. So for all of you folks that have come out here loyally for years, we want to be able to have you pass the word back onto the community that our pagoda is still up there. It's getting a lot of tender love and care, and in the near future we will see things happening here, a lot of construction work going on, and then eventually we'll be open to the public. Okay, so Mike, what do we need to know about Groundhog Day?
Well, you know, have you ever wondered why we do this on Groundhog Day? I was wondering when I got up at 5 o'clock this morning. But February 2nd, you have to know, is Candlemas Day. It's the midpoint of winter. And in the 1700s, people would bring their candles to church for the clergy to bless the candles so they would still be, there'd be enough light for the rest of the winter. And then a tradition started about noting weather conditions on Candlemas Day. Matter of fact, there's a poem you may or may not have heard. It goes like this. If Candlemas Day be sunny and bright, winter again will show its might. If Candlemas Day be cloudy and gray, winter soon will pass away. Then in 1887, the Pennsylvania Germans started observing groundhogs to foretell the weather. What were they drinking? I mean thinking. Why would they do that? But then Punxsutawney came along and gave us Punxsutawney Phil. But since 2006, Reading has had its own Patty Pagoda. And she's much bigger than Phil. Also looks much better in a bow. So now, will Patty see her shadow? Should we call on her now and get her forecast? Shall we? Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Join us.
Patty, 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 Patty,
Patty, here comes Patty.
Woo, Patty!
Here comes Patty Pagoda. In person. Good to see you, Patty.
You must have had a lot of vitamins. You sort of grown since I was with you last year.
It gets bigger every year.
All right. So Patty has an important choice to make here. This is 6 more weeks of winter. This is spring. It's just around the corner. So Patty, with a little drum roll, what is your forecast?
Patty saw her shadow. Patty Pagoda saw her shadow and predicts we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter weather. Okay, well, you know what? It hasn't been so bad so far this year, so I guess we can welcome that.
If it's 6 more weeks of winter that we've had, no winter.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Thank you, Patty Pagoda, for making our annual appearance. And by the way, we also want to thank Patty's helper, Mark Ray, and all of our friends and media who are attending today. By the way, spring officially begins on March 20th at 5:24 p.m. But who's counting? So thank you all for being here today. We sure appreciate your coming out and support the preservation efforts of the Foundation for the Reading Pagoda and Pagoda Skyline Incorporated. Happy Groundhog and Candlemas Day. May God bless you as you go on your way.
Bye.
Go Eagles. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty.
Thank you all for coming up. God bless.